on the rest of his virtues over his path towards this peerage. Tristan comes from a noble lineage, being second generation and son of Baron Yevon de Leeds. He joined the society as a young man, as a child, and in that time he started showing his love for the martial arts quite young. He trained a great deal, and in those years, in his youth, as a squire, he trained predominantly with Duke Felix and myself, which is quite a deep and intimidating pool. However, over that time, he trained quite heartily. He also traveled throughout the kingdom, seeing the different groups, the different people, and building the renown that is necessary to be worthy of knighthood. Again, as a youth, he built that renown. He's always been an honest man, but through that time he did learn temperance and courtesy to display those virtues with the measure in which they are best received. As he matured, I also personally witnessed him defend a member of the populace who was in need at festival, saving a young lady from a potentially precarious situation. These are the things that anyone would do, but he was the only one that noticed that it needed to be done, and this was knightly, and he was, again, in his youth. Again, as he matured, he did take time to be able to nurture his family. This shows loyalty, which is paramount for any knight, but especially for a parent, your loyalty and fealty should be to your children first, and this in itself is a noble choice that he made. We missed him while he was gone, but it should be noted that when he returned, the great amount of courage and humility that he showed, because when he had left, everyone was at a different position and station. When he returned, there were 2 knights and royal peers, again, that he had to come back and train with every single week. And he wasn't quite the fighter he was when he left, but he was humble enough, and he loved fighting enough to say that it was worth it to come back and to train with us and to train others. And that is noble, and it is worthy, and there are some that wouldn't. So like any Arthurian tale, when the squire goes on quest and is not there, he comes back, and he is greater for having had that time and that quest. And he did come back more mature, more responsible. He continued to build that prowess, again, that is the foundation that we can see the man that he is today. And he began to build the franchise of a knight by nurturing the community around him. Although not in an overt way, he is very humble, he is quiet, but he is here, and he is helping, and he is assisting others in building their prowess on their road to knighthood. And this is why I can say that, like a diamond, he is unique, but he is one of us.
Huzzah! It is the right of a knight to wear a belt of white. Is there a belt?
There is, Your Majesty.
Does it have a history?
It has a very short history. It has been on my shoulders alone. Its true history will be determined by Tristan's actions from this day.
Wear this belt so all may know you are a knight of the realm, who represents the ideals of chivalry, and it is right to remind you that you must strive to keep those ideals, for by carelessness and thoughtlessness you may dishonour them. It is the right and privilege of a knight alone to wear an unadorned chain of fealty. Is there a chain?
There is, Your Majesty. Sorry. I, unbeknownst to him, I would like to take my father's chain.
Huzzah!
Which we may need to do something in the background quickly.
This chain will mean you are in fealty to the crown and the kingdom. It will shortly adorn you, for this is no jewel to be admired. This is the representation of the binding oaths that you have sworn this day. Thank you.
There is no. It is no history.
Yes, it does.
It came from me, but there is no other history.
Yeah, but
That's all that matters.
yeah, but just don't want him to give you some tissues because he knows you're going to cry.
I have promised His Grace Sir Felix and Sir Benedict that I will not, because we know what happens when I cry.
Yevon, look deep into my eyes.
You chose this chain to honour your father.
Tristan, we give you leave to be armed in our presence, safe in the knowledge that you will defend us. Rise so that you may be girded.
There is a sword.
There is a sword. You're a bit young to be doing that, but anyway, it's the journey, right?
Mileage.
How can I ride on your knees here, buddy?
Did that happen just as we... So that's how knights' knees go. Okay.
Long ceremonies.
Bring no dishonour to your sword and carry it in the defence of all who need it.
In our realm and the lands of the known world, wherever you may travel. Sir Tristan, go forth and greet your peers.
Newest knight in the Order of Chivalry, 3 cheers. Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Be it known that the Majesty's Reign in the Glacier, King and Queen of Lockhart, do on this day elevate their subject Tristan to the peerage of the kingdom, and do name him knight, and do admit him to the right noble order of chivalry. They do grant unto him letters patent.
Shot's going to be from the other side.
You may properly register
Oh, it's going to be over here. Oh,
to bear and to hold without let or hindrance throughout our realms by our word and hand this 19th day of October and Societas 59. Thane, King, the Glacier, Queen. 3 cheers again. Hip hip. Huzzah! The crown. Huzzah! Hip hip. Huzzah!
Bit premature. I know.
Everyone, get in there.
There being no further business, all rise if able. Long live the king!
long live the king!
Long live the queen!
Long live the queen!
Long live the heirs to the crown!
Long live the heirs to the crown!
For the kingdom of Lockhart, 3 cheers! Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip!
Huzzah!
Hip!
Huzzah!
Court is ended!
Riviere! I'm perennial champion.
I'm I'll see the best